Martin, you're in the final now, Kieran.
Yeah, we set out to start of the year to get to the final, and we're one step closer to it at this stage after a hard game. Wind had a big effect on the game, and I thought Scots in the first half seemed to sit back and let us come at them and try and build up a score, and we went in 4-2 at half time. But in fairness to the boys, they knuckled down and put 7 points up on the second half, which is a great score against a very, very strong wind and a very hard-working Scottstown team.
Shane Duffy came back in there, the sticks,
Yeah.
justify the selection.
Shane has been back in training for the last couple of weeks. He's more or less fully fit, and he gives us an extra option to use. Paul Dugan has been in goal for us throughout the league and up to this week, and when I had the misfortune to inform him that he wasn't starting today, he said, "Look, Kieran, I'll fall out with nobody, I'll take this as part of the team," and that's one of the strengths of Mahercloon, that they work as a team.
Yeah, and talking about strengths, as you go into the final now, where do you see your strengths in this side?
Well, in all honesty, I suppose everyone in the county would probably be tipping Clontibbert, but except anyone who lives near Mahercloon. And they'd be probably fairly hot favourites based on form and where they're doing, but we've had a belief in ourselves and where we're going this year and what we're trying to do. We put a good league campaign together. We've managed to stay top of the league with Hearts on and off throughout most of the year, and we've worked very hard, and they work hard for each other, and they're a good bunch of lads to work with, a fantastic bunch of lads to work with, because they give you everything that they have. As you could see today, when Scottstown were, as they do when they came back on top and they tried to get a foothold on the whole game, we just managed to hold them off.
You eventually took control at the centre.
Frankie Dugan had a phenomenal game at midfield today. Last week, all the throw-up balls he won due to his physical presence, and he got in with the two huge midfielders that Scottstown had. I don't think there's a club in the country that have two men as big, except maybe some of the Cork clubs, and he worked his socks off today. He really put himself about the field. He got stuck in, he went down a dirty ball, as you might say, and fantastic game for him. I would have said he may not have scored too much, but he would have been man of the match in my opinion.
And finally, Kieran, just as you faced Clontibbert in the final, what are your thoughts now, reigning champions?
Clontibbert, when they get to the final, are very, very hard to beat. I'm under no illusions that we may have beaten them in the quarter-final. We only beat them by a point that day. We'll have to sit down and look at how we played today. We'll review how we played. We'll look at how they played against the other teams in their semi-final again, and we'll sit down and we'll work a plan to do our best and hopefully come out with the right result.